Okay, friends, subscribers, and all you YouTubers out there, I didn't think I'd actually get back to you so quickly on this second video, but I went back and kept on scanning on Google Earth with all these new backgrounds starting to appear around the Apollo landings. Now, in the last video I made, you'll see this creature. That's that creature I found in the last video. That's from Apollo 14. The first one was from Apollo 12 and again Apollo 14, but the following images you'll find are, hang on, I think the next one's Apollo 14 as well. No, sorry, that's Apollo 12. Notice all the trails. I'm finding quite a lot of these around the Apollo sites. Now, the strange thing is, these fields, now, I've done some investigating. In my last video that I released the other day, I said that how they strategically park themselves approximately 8 kilometres away from the sites that these were away. Now, lo and behold, guess what? I found another one at Apollo 12. And again, you can see these structures in different states of repair. And there's quite a lot of them. Around Apollo 12, there's a few of them. You can see that one there that it seems to be a fairly fresh sort of thing. I'll get a bit closer to that one in a minute. I started doing a scan going by photo reel by photo reel, and I don't know whether they are filling them out, covering them over. Whether these are structures where they're burying, and where that could be an entrance after they've buried it. But there seems to be quite a fair few of these things, and as I said, they're in different states of repair. There's one where there's actually two side by side, and there's a perfect shot of one that's in good state of repair, and a perfect shot of one that's either been buried or that's in the start of buried. Now look at the top one. That actually looks like it has been buried, or whether it's been blown up, I don't know. And again, that one looks like it's been destroyed. It sort of seems to be like there could be some kind of battle or something, because in Apollo the 12 area, there seems to be a few destroyed. Whether we've done that damage to them, or whether because Apollo 12 before Apollo 14, maybe this is where all the shit started. Maybe we caused a bit of a hoo-ha when we investigating up there. Now you can see how that one sort of starts, but then sort of the brightness is still there, but then disappears under the earth, and it sort of, yeah, I can't really tell whether they are building them as they're the supports for the structures, and they're building over them and camouflaging themselves under the ground. It's actually quite a good idea. Build a structure and cover it. Because if you build a structure and cover it with earth, you're quite well camouflaged. But as you can see, there are some that are in a very bad state of repair. And it seems that something is dragging pieces away. And again, there's one that's extreme. And they seem to be, notice how they look like they've got feet on them. And it's sort of, on that bottom one, it sort of like looks like an arch, and that's the one where there's two side by side. And yeah, there's definitely something to this. But again, notice how there's some in bad repair, and there's pieces being moved away from the site. That shows that something is there, definite. That sort of gives you an expansion of how far they are apart. I don't know how they've sort of disappeared. They're not in the same water as I took them. Again, now notice this. That's tracks. That looks like someone's doing donuts, or someone having fun. But you've got to, and look at this one. Now this one looks like it could either be they've started to cover it up, but I don't think they've started to cover it up. I think, notice how there seems to be little tracks away from the end down to that area. I think there could be part of thing, but yet that one looks like it's the end of one, and it's been covered over. So you've got to look at it yourselves. What's actually going on? what are these objects? I can't say for you. I can't make your mind up for you. Again, that one looks like it's been in total disrepair, and I've got my mutt sitting at the bottom of my foot annoying the shit out of me for some unknown reason. But, yeah, it's sort of, you must make your own mind up. I can say, okay, they look like, to me, they look like structures. They could also be skeletons, but the strange thing is they're all in the same direction. Now, we've put our north on that, but that might not be the moon's north. It's sort of, I have noticed a few things in regard to that. It's sort of, but you see objects like this, it's sort of, what in the hell is that? That is sitting on the moon. It's definitely there on the moon. And again, now look at this one. This one looks like it could be something where it's either in a bad state of repair or that's them covering them over. This could be a way of camouflaging. Now look at that one. This one looks like it has been destroyed. It looks like it's just been blown up because the structures are on a bend. Now I found this one, actually I found this one near Apollo 16, sorry. This one's an Apollo 16, I don't know what it's doing there. But it was within the 8 kilometre zone. And again, there's one of those creatures that are within the 8 kilometre range, because this field is exactly 8 kilometres. They've landed exactly 8 kilometres. Now look at this one. You can tell, okay, the line says that is away from the thing, but look at the one in the middle. That looks like it could be, there's something strange about that one. And again, you can see them buried over or parts, or whether they've picked it clean. They may reuse these components in a society that's recycling. They could recycle these components. And again, look, see, it looks like someone has dragged a piece of this away. But then you can see another one that's just under the ground. This one, again, they seem to be arches with flat feet on them. In that one that was damaged, which you'll see again. Now, notice that line there. That line from to the crater is exactly 8 kilometres. I can't remember whether that was the Apollo 12, but I did, in here, I've got the Apollo 12 and the Apollo 14s. To each field, it's exactly 8 kilometres. Now, I noticed the range of the rovers is 8 kilometres. So, in effect, this is Apollo 12. The other one was Apollo 14. Now, this is the Apollo 12. Now, in some of the Apollo missions, you can see, if you measure the range of the Apollo thing, it says it's 8 kilometres. The range is 8 kilometres. So, alright, they've extended their landing zone to the maximum distance of the rover so they can go and spy on these creatures. So, it seems very strange to me that the distances from these fields to the landing zones is 8 kilometres. Why in the hell is that? They wouldn't do it accidentally. They'd do it deliberately. And again, notice that one is destroyed. In the Apollo 12 ones, they seem like they're freshly destroyed. It sort of, there seems like there's fresh damage. Like that one's either definitely old, because you can see it on this line, or they've already covered it over. That's what I mean. I can't tell whether they're deliberately covering them over or whether they have just fallen down in states of repair. Now that one's a different shape. That one is more like a doorway sort of shape underneath. And again, different state of repair. Now, whenever you build something, they are going to fall down. Even our buildings fall down. Now, that one there, I put that one there to sort of say, okay, these crosses, I don't know whether these crosses are ours or theirs. But, okay, could be a pipeline going into a hill or part of this gizmo. That could be a side view of one of the structures. Now, again, more tracks. They're finding them everywhere over the Apollo sites. Now, look at this one. A bad state of repair, or is it? Or has that just been covered over? This could be the way they live, why we can't see them, because they're burying them underneath. Now, if you're looking through a telescope, or you've sent up on one of the previous missions where you've gone around the thing on now Surveyor 3, or Surveyor 5 or whatever it was near this. I can't remember which surveyor mission was around the Apollo 12, but now look at that. That looks quite weird. At first when I saw that, I thought, shit, that's a skeleton and that's a bit of skin. But then I thought, nah, it can't be that because they're all in the same exact direction. No being would lay themselves out like that. But then I thought of us. We lay ourselves out in the same direction. Maybe these are related to the alien dragons that I said early in the thing, but yeah, I don't think so. But they could be. This is what I mean. You must make up your own mind for what you're seeing. I'm showing you the evidence, right? This is what I'm saying to you. It's sort of, okay, there's another one blown up and another two in good state of repair. So what in the hell are they? Again, damaged ones. As I'm saying, you've got to make your own mind up. I can't make my mind up. I can give you my opinion of what they are. I believe they are structures and they utilise them and this is how they live. But there could be something else. Again, two side by side. Now, as you saw before, you'll see them again on one of the structures where it's fallen over because I always double the images up and go through them again. You can clearly see that, again, more tracks. And you can see that it goes from a single track and there's 3 different tracks. Okay. That can't be something that is like out of the blue. That means something has walked that trail. A being has walked that trail, or a creature has walked that trail, or driven that trail. And again, now that looks like another double one that's gone, either been buried or it's taken time. Now, look at this straight object. That's not natural. That's not by the film. These things are appearing. There's so many here. Okay, this is the one. I know you can't sort of see it. That's the one where I zoomed in before. But you can't see the flat feet on this one. But again, another one in a different state of repair, or have they been covered over? They could be buildings and the framework being covered over. More tracks. So here we are. We've got some scientists now. A percentage of scientists say that, yeah, life is possible. But they're telling us, oh no, but we haven't found it. But they're still lying. This is proof that they're bloody lying to you. They have found it. Now look at that one to the left. That looks pretty strange. It could just be a rock, yeah. But it seems pretty strange if it is a rock because that crater was pretty wide. Now, again, one at the top, bad state of repair. One down the bottom, very good state of repair. That's the one that's blown up at the very bottom. One that looks like it's covered over at the top. Now, when you're looking at these, you have to open your mind, for God's sake. That's the first thing you've got to do, is definitely open your mind, because something's going on. Are these cities that have been destroyed? Are they cities that they're building? They're building when we build a city, okay, let's start off. What's the first thing we build? Framework. So what are we looking at there? We're looking at frameworks. Or could these be those glass cities that have been spoken of? Maybe these are giant glass cities. That is a huge possibility that these could be glass cities. Again, there's that one that looks like it may have been destroyed, it may have been covered. That could be the type of covering that they put over them. But look at that one. That one looks like it's been blown up, for God's sake. It's sort of something strange about it. But it's hard to explain to you. There's so many people out there that are so narrow-minded, they're not going to open their mind even to this video. But you have to turn around, and one day they're going to have to open their mind and saying, shit, okay, I watched that video 20 years ago. found out about it. Here we are on the moon, and we're actually staying in one of these old moon structures that has been converted into a hotel. Yeah, that's fantasy down the road, but this is the possibility of things that can happen. One day we say it's not true, yet the next we find out that it is. Everybody said that man couldn't fly until the Wright brothers flew. Now look at that cross. This is what I mean about these crosses. They sort of seem to be very strange. Okay, again, bad state of repair one, and sort of. So yeah, the Wright brothers. Yeah, man can't fly. Within 100 years, we're on the moon. Okay, they're those ones. See how they're bent over? They look like an arch, and they've got the flat feet on them. That to me spells framework. This could be how they truly build their cities. Glass cities, and then they cover them over. So bloody good idea. What are you thinking of it? Hang on, I think that isn't that what everybody says they are on the moon? Glass tubules. Maybe this could be a way that creatures that go to another planet build environs that they can live in. To me, that spells like a track, or it could be a picture of an alien being, sort of like the Inca Flats. Okay, again, the end of it either is being covered over or has been destroyed. It could just be being covered over. But then you find these bits, whether they're being dragged to the site or whether they're being taken away from the site. Again, is it being covered? Is it a ruin? This is where you have to make your mind up. Go to Google Earth and have a look. It's Apollo 12. Apollo 14, Apollo 15 has some good objects. You'll see the Apollo 15 ones at the end of the video. This is what makes me believe they're being covered over, that one there. But as you look, there's a lot of different artefacts. And this is what I mean about those crosses. One looks good, one looks bad. If they're out crosses, why is that happening? You can see with that one, the top end of it is up above, and everything corresponding to how the craters are out of alignment. And this is what tells me that they are definitely structures on the moon. It happened in the last video. If you find that thing and say, oh, that's just where the things meet, go and have a look at their first one, the Apollo 14 one, because you can see that they've badly put the films together, and yet half the structures are one way and the other half the structures is the other way. Yet to me, these are structures being covered over to hide them. I believe this is how they live. Maybe this is collapsed during construction, or because, okay, Apollo 12, we've just gone to the moon, we've found these things and they're setting up. Now, as I said, this sign is on a hill in Apollo 16, just hidden away from where the car was. That's that same thing that was in the Apollo 14 one, that same looking thing. Is that a vehicle? Could be. And again, look at this one. See how it's the film is out of alignment, and so is the building structure. So to me that says, yeah, it's definitely structures on the moon. Sorry, I don't have a drink with me. I've got to sit down and take a breath. Again, this could be a destroyed structure. This could be a structure that has collapsed. But it is definitely a structure. Now look at this one. This is, you can see that the domes are in really good nick, and they just stretch out. You can see the feet of these domes, and that's what I mean. Now that's the Apollo 14 one. Exactly, that line is exactly 8 kilometres to where they are on Apollo 14. Yet the same thing is they're 8 kilometres from the Apollo 12 craters. So why in the hell are you lying to us, NASA? We know why you went to the moon, okay? You wanted to go investigate these things, and yeah, even in the Apollo 11 one, there's some stuff there. There's the Apollo 12 stating, and it's 12 kilometres. Go and measure it for yourself. Go to the Apollo site. Have a look. You'll see these things quite easily, and then get the tape measure on Google Earth and measure the damn thing. As I said in the first video, if you're going to spy on an alien race or another another race. Like we go over to, let's say, Vietnam or Afghanistan, and we're looking for the people that we were looking for. We don't just go and dump them on their doorstep. We dump them about 10 kilometres away and let them walk to the damn site. Well, okay, on the moon, they had limited time on their oxygen, or they needed to carry extra oxygen. The rover had exactly 8. It could travel 8 kilometres, either safely or whatever. I don't know what the thing is. That one makes me believe they're being covered. But the thing is, there's something very strange. The fact that both these sites are 8 kilometres away. Now, we go to Apollo 12 and we've gone bang bang, blew up a couple of their structures because they got a bit scared. Now, let's just say, I don't think we sent men to the moon without weapons. I believe that we sent them with very good weapons. Because let's just say, if I was being sent to another planet, I wasn't being sent without weapons. I would make sure that they gave me weapons to protect me. And I believe that these damaged structures, okay, there's those tracks again, these damaged structures we're seeing here in Apollo 12, which you're going to see again in a minute, I believe that we may have done the damage. I truly do. Because yet in Apollo 14, there's no damage to these ones in Apollo 14. The Apollo 12 ones, yes, there is. We go to the moon. We had little visitors again tonight. Maybe they got scared when they done their rover trip and they saw alien bases. Maybe these were the alien bases. And we decided to blow them up. Bang, bang. We blow them up. Next mission, we send Apollo 13. What happens? Big accident on the way to the moon. Scare us off. Maybe, remember how they said all of a sudden there was a big explosion inside? No one could work out why it happened. Maybe this is the reason, because we took the first aggressive step. Look at the pathways. Clearly, they're pathways. So, you go and do damage like this to a race of beings. Then all of a sudden, you come back. Man, I'd be protecting my bloody self. So bang, I destroy your bloody, or try to destroy your spacecraft to either discourage you, not to return. Yet then you come back to Apollo 14, you do the same tactics, but in the Apollo 14 one, you don't do any damage. But the thing is, they are ones either in disrepair or they're being covered over. As I said, in these ones, I do believe they're actually being covered over. I believe this could be their way of building to camouflage themselves from our eyes. On the dark side, they don't have to worry about it. They just build. Okay, there's that pathway again. Pathways. Multiple. Plural. Open your eyes, people, please. And again, I'm trying to keep my calm, but I am going to tell you, for those of you idiots and those trolls out there, yeah. Okay, for the trolls, don't even bother commenting, okay? Because this little thing called approve, disapprove, I'm just going to squash your comment. Okay? I don't believe in trolls. If you're not going to do something positive about the truth, don't do anything at all. You harass my regulars, like most of you do, I'm going to destroy your comment. You can't bully me. I just wipe you out. That's the best thing about it. So, yeah, trolls, don't even bother. All right? Now, to everybody else, we're popping up to some stuff I found in Apollo 15. Now, first of all, I thought, yeah, I'm going to scan an 8-kilometre range from the landing site. Guess what I bloody find? Well, first of all, I found a track, a strange track within the Apollo 15 range, a straight one. Someone's gone off the track a bit. Then I find this craft. And yes, I believe that's a craft, the shape of it. I believe that's a spacecraft. Look at that strange round mound. That could be from the impact of it landing, or that could be something they've built. And again, there's another one within the 8. This one is exactly at the 8 kilometre distance. That one looks like it's scooping up at the back of it where the V is. It looks like they've scooped out something. Again, within the 8 kilometre range. Everything on all these landing sites, well, there's only interesting stuff within 8 kilometres of the landing zones. So you've got to say to yourself, okay, 8 kilometres within the landing zones. What's going on? That's their range. They're making sure they're putting these landers exactly where they can see what the hell is going on, that they can get back, they can do another run, they can go out and check it out a few times. And I can tell you now, they've definitely checked this out. I believe the execs of trails around the sites could be them. Like those donuts we saw in that other one in Apollo 12, I reckon it might have been them having a bit of fun. But the thing is, again, within 8 kilometres of the landing site. 8 kilometres is the range of the rover. To me, this says that they've landed for a reason. They've gone there with purpose. Okay, I'm not going to send, I'm the ruler of USA. I'm not going to send a mission to the moon unless I know there's something there. Why go to an abandoned planet when you know there's nothing there except minerals, and okay, maybe we can extract minerals down the road? Yeah, we send a mission. This wasn't about who could get to the moon fastest. I believe maybe either Apollo 11, because even though I think, we might have gone to the moon on Apollo 11, I still think that they did actually fake the Apollo 11 a little bit. Now, the Apollo 11 is basically something that they've done that... Sorry about that, let me rephrase that. I believe the Apollo 11 may not have been launched, except into space, where they transmitted the faked vision back. Because at the time, the Apollo 11, they weren't quite ready to go yet. They just wanted to beat the Russians. They knew if they beat the Russians, then the Russians wouldn't bother. So basically, they faked the Apollo 11, planned Apollo 12, and then all of a sudden, bang, lo and behold, they find everything they found on Apollo 12. Yet Apollo 13, as I said, on Apollo 12, they blew up some of the structures. Apollo 13 gets sent, bang, lo and behold, it's a bit of retaliation. They pay us back, and we almost lose our astronauts. Maybe it was a way of trying to scare us away, as I said before. Now, yet Apollo 12, 14, 15, Apollo 15, they went to Apollo 15 definitely to find out what the hell that was. And I believe that may have been there for a while, because it looks like that gets landed there a fair bit, having the structures around it. That could be our version of a helipad. That could be their version of a mining structure, like a little ram scoop that goes through and scoops everything out. Now, that I don't know what the hell it is. I noticed it was strange. It was within the 8 kilometres, so I took a photo of it. So, we didn't go Apollo 11. Apollo 12, yes, we go. We find structures. We find aliens. They get scared. They could have been some kind of scuffle, so they blew up something, because I noticed there were a couple there that were blown up. And as I said, I would not go on a trip to the moon without weapons. You would be very stupid to build a spacecraft, send a spacecraft to another world, especially when you're seeing things like this on it. And we've got their telescopes are a lot better than ours, and they know that this shit's up there. So you would be very stupid race if you did not send them up there with weapons. And trust me, they sent them with most probably the best weapons that we've ever invented. Because why would you send people up there unarmed? That is just total stupidity. And I don't believe our governments are that stupid. Like, I'll tell you now, a lot of people that believe in the Apollo missions believe that they got sent up there without weapons. Well, they're the gullible ones, because if anybody believes that we sent people to another world without weapons, shit, that's the biggest mistake that you could make. You don't send your best and brightest spies in without weapons. You equip them and you make sure those spies are equipped with bloody weapons. For God's sake, look at Apollo 15. Here is a spacecraft in the 8 kilometre range of the Apollo 15. To me, that looks like it could be a very fast spacecraft. So to me, yeah, I'd send them up every single time with weapons. As I said, Apollo 11, they just weren't ready, so they made sure they faked it just to get the Russians off their back so the Yanks could be the first ones up there. Now, we know that they faked the moon. We've seen them do it. We've seen the video of the mistakes they made when they were doing it. We've got actual live footage of the astronauts uncovering the window, making it look like the moon's all the way away from the Earth. So we know, yes, they faked Apollo 11. I do not think they faked the other missions. I believe, yes, we did go to the moon on the other missions. The reasons we didn't go back after 17 or 18 is because the threat got bad. And I believe that all the extra UFO activity we get here now, and the reason why we're shooting them down, is because on the Apollo 15, from Apollo 12 to Apollo 17 and 18, or Apollo 20, whatever they went up to, the secret ones, I believe that they did so much damage up there on the moon, they created a war. And this is, I believe, that the war that we've been fighting, the secret alien war that we've been fighting for some time. Because there was an article came out recently where China and America joined forces in the Pacific Ocean, I think it was the Pacific? The Pacific Ocean, where they had a joint task force, where it was turned out that the information leaked to the press was that it was a secret war between like a small alien invasion. Maybe in the Apollo missions that we caused so much shit that we've been fighting this battle ever since. And when I look at this stuff, I say, yeah, okay. After seeing what happened, and as I said, there's no blown up buildings in the Apollo 14. Go back and have a look at my video just before this one. You'll see the Apollo 14 footage. There's no damage. There's degenerated structures. Yet in the Apollo 12 ones, these ones look like they're being blown up. So, yeah, something has gone on. I believe that, yes, one, we did not go. Apollo 11 was a major hoax. Apollo 12, no. Apollo 12 onward, yes, we did go to the moon. And we did send them well armed. We put them out at a distance where they could sneak up. 8 kilometres, the range of the rover. And it's proven in both this 12 and the 14 video. And these structures that we're finding on the Apollo 15, they were there to see what was going on. They have enough satellite images. And they're releasing it slowly. So, yeah, the veil has been lifted. As I was saying, the veil has been lifted, so open your eyes. And don't be a mushroom anymore. Written Anthony Avery, spoken Anthony Avery, produced Anthony Avery. Yeah, and all the trolls, don't bother. You won't even make the comments.